Hello, everybody. Welcome to what very well may be the most important Speletons episode. Derek, you're interrupting me on what might be the most...
I can hear the game for once.
Oh! It's not messing with my mic. Okay. What very well... Oh,
that's why I brought it up.
The Switch is, yeah. No, I tested it too. Like, I'm just staying peaking. I mean, I should be peaking that much, but when I lean back, it's not gonna be that bad. Anyhow, welcome to the most important Speletons. Alright, hold on. Yeah. Oh my god. Thank you. Welcome to what might be the most important Speletons episode ever. Today, we will be tackling an issue. So, I don't even know how to describe it. There's gonna be arguments. The effects of this debate will have long-lasting effects on the channel. This episode, I really should have rehearsed this bit more. Alright, so Derek.
Yeah, I guess so.
I have a very important question to pose to you.
Uh-huh.
What did you think of the Sonic the Hedgehog movie?
Oh. Yeah, I guess we were about due for that.
Yeah, we're okay, I guess I should note, obviously, there's gonna be spoilers for this movie, but let's be real. We're in quarantine for like about a month, maybe even two.
Sonic.
It's Sonic. Like, what do you think happens in this movie, guys? Guess what? Sonic the Hedgehog, he go fast, he fight Dr. Eggman, he win. Boom. If you haven't seen it, you missed your chance, but like, this is your chance to click off the video. Normally, I don't like to talk about movies, especially if we're doing a story-based episode. But, like, you guys, it's different, you know. I don't think you're gonna lose anything. You can choose to go experience the greatness and/or disappointment for yourself. I'm gonna drop the game audio too. Whoa. Alright, that's fine. It was set up for Animal Crossing.
So, going back to the initial question.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
About the same. I thought it was good, actually. I thought it was good. Like, an okay good, not like anything particularly. Actually, before we get into anything, before we get into any discussion about this, I need to tell you the most important statement that I can make about this movie. Sonic the Hedgehog, Fortnite dances. It's a little cringy.
He sure does.
But it also fits his character.
It sure does.
And I'm upset.
Yeah.
So for those of you who haven't seen the movie, full spoiler. This is what was spoiled for me, and this is probably the experience you're missing out on. He Fortnite dances. It's cringy. It's the floss one. It's cringy because it's a Fortnite dance.
Naturally.
It doesn't. This is probably the least cringy use of it. That's not in a Fortnite game. That's not in Fortnite.
It's always forced. If there's flossing anything anywhere, it's always forced.
But here's the deal. It fits his character because the way they set him up, he's just a big old kid. And you know what a kid would do after they destroyed a giant robot?
That's how he really is.
Yeah, that's how he is. You know what a kid would do after they destroyed a giant robot? Fucking Fortnite dance. They're mad! The statement, Sonic the Hedgehog Fortnite dancing fits his character, is upsetting.
Yeah. So, I have it's been a while, so I don't remember everything. But I did have several opinions about the movie afterwards.
Yeah.
That were both like likes and dislikes. I think one of the primary likes is just Jim Carrey. It's just perfect for that role.
I wouldn't say perfect, but he did a really good. His Eggman was really great. He's not.
I appreciate it. It didn't feel like the same. It didn't feel the same as like Eggman in most like games or anything.
Yeah.
But like I think it was good for the character.
But
so.
he was a fantastic. That isn't the best Dr. Eggman can be because it's not exactly Dr. Eggman in the same way that isn't the best Sonic can be because it's not the best Sonic the Hedgehog. But both characters really, mostly Dr. Eggman, but both characters are really great. Jim Carrey's take on Dr. Eggman is hilarious, with some of the best lines of dialogue ever. So, like, no complaints. But the best Eggman character, I don't know if Jim Carrey could do it or not, but it would be what Eggman usually is.
For like actors to play Eggman, I don't think there were many. I can't think of like I wouldn't think there'd be many better choices, if any.
No, absolutely
Maybe
not.
Nick Cage.
Nick Cage might be an entertaining Eggman, yeah. I dislike Sonic's voice.
I would love to see Jack Black do it, but
oh my God, Jack Black as a Dr. Eggman? That would be great too, actually. That would be great too. Actually. Yeah. Like I think that would look great.
I think Jack Black could have done. But anyways, going back to Sonic, yeah.
Sonic's voice.
I thought his voice was fine.
It's fine. They should have went with one of the Sonic voice actors. And made him sound more like the original Sonic. Like, it's not the voice actor's fault. Like, the voice actor's talented. At least as far as I can tell. I'm never really that good with judging acting.
I think he played very well, so.
His voice doesn't fit the character that well. In my opinion. There's definitely some lines that he said that would be a lot funnier if it came out of Sonic's voice. Like, actual Sonic's voice. That voice is not Sonic's. And it doesn't feel like Sonic's at any point. Can I use that link box? No, I just use it. No, wait, yeah. Let me use that link box. Don't let me use that link box.
I mean, the rest of the cast just kind of existed.
The cop was kind of good.
The guy,
but like
his buddy cop, I didn't really care. I didn't care much about.
Okay, I was like so proud of him because he made the right decision at the beginning, where he's like, "Get out of my car," and then he went away from it. I'm like, what? Why are you doing this? There's no reason.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Oh yeah, that was that Zinker. The entire movie, I was like, this is all. Okay. So, if you haven't seen it, quick synopsis. Sonic's an alien. He's special. His rings teleport him. He comes to Earth. He fucks up everything basically, and is somehow treated as a hero.
I mean,
that's basically it. And he
to be fair,
that's what I felt.
He didn't really do anything wrong though.
Go ahead.
I mean, he caused a power outage, but he did it on accident.
He caused a horrible power outage.
Derek! That's on accident. That
probably costs a lot of money to fix.
Okay, so what? He's a child.
Zinker.
Get fucked.
Yeah,
Alright, Derek, here's the deal.
Yeah, he doesn't have, he's a child.
Here's the deal. Here's the actual deal. Why was it so easy for him to cause a power outage? Town should have had preventive measures to stop him from doing that. All he did was run around.
Zinker,
tell me I'm wrong.
See the scale that they showed that energy surge going on?
I did see the scale.
I don't think it would have mattered where he did it.
Derek, it doesn't matter because you know what? All Sonic did was run around. Is running around illegal? Do you think it's reasonable?
Zinker, is it illegal
Do
if
you
I just
think,
if I crash my car into a telephone pole and ruin knock power out for the entire city? No.
Derek, you crashed your car into a telephone pole.
Should I probably?
Derek, you crashed your car into a telephone pole. What if you drove your car down a street and that caused a power outage?
Because I was depressed?
Stop. It doesn't matter. Derek, say
That's what he did.
That the depressed thing doesn't relate to that. What the fuck are you on about? Alright. You drive your car down the street. No, Derek, stop. Drive your car down the street. Just normal, every day.
Yeah.
This results in a massive citywide power outage. Do you think you are responsible?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, no, because I was driving my car, but Sonic knew he was responsible.
What do you mean Sonic knew he was responsible? You know you're responsible. You know, when it happens, you know you caused the power outage.
He did, Zinker, he did it and he was like, whoops.
Uh-huh. Yes, Derek, but all he did was run around.
Why did he even do it?
Why did he do it? He didn't know he could do it. He just knew he was the cause of it after it happened. He was there for the thing, Derek.
I'm just saying, mistake or not, he should still be held accountable.
For what? Running? Is it illegal to run?
For knocking all the power out.
All he did was run. What case you got?
So
all he did was
down the street with a knife, and I actually run into someone with it. No, that wasn't my intention, but like, I still ran into someone with a knife.
Yeah, you accidentally hurt someone, and there's precautions you could have done to avoid doing that. But he didn't run into anything. He just ran around, and then it knocked all the power out. All he did was run. He didn't run into anyone.
It's the same thing, though.
No, it's not. All he did was run. All he did was run. He just ran.
Zinker, if I ran with a knife and then I trip and the knife flies from my hands and impales someone's skull.
It's your fault because you're holding on to the knife and you're responsible for the knife. But if all you did was run...
It's his fault for running in a circle.
If all you did was run, and this results in someone getting stabbed, just magically, I don't know how this happened.
If I ran down the road at 10,000 miles per hour because I suddenly gained the ability to do so, and me doing so causes leaves behind me a wake of damage, and I get to the end of the road and I turn around behind me and there's cars flipped over, people underneath said cars. There's like damages. There's broken windows, all sorts of stuff like that. Should I be held accountable or not? Because I just ran down the road.
Did you know you could do that?
No.
Okay, then why would you be held accountable?
Not in this scenario.
In what scenario? Dude, alright, Derek, if this really happened, you think they're gonna go, well, he should have known he could have done that? Like, if you did that, everyone's gonna be like, well, I mean, you're probably just gonna get it because you can run really fast and cause explosions.
Even if you don't know, you should still be held accountable.
For what? You didn't know! Derek, it's not even like you could have done anything to precaution yourself against this.
You could have not run down the road.
You didn't know running down the road would cause that sort of damage because you didn't know you were capable of that.
You still did it.
Did what? Run down the road? Derek, no, it's not illegal to do that. This would not hold up in any court. Like, it doesn't matter if you did, unless, like, the only way it would hold up in court is if you could prove that, like, you ran down the road knowing you could cause that damage and it happened. But if you just ran down the road and that randomly happened, no one would look at you and go, well, he should have known better. He should have run down the road. Like, because anyone can run down a road, Derek. That's fine. And what happens when you run down a road is you don't leave a wake of destruction in your path. That's just not expected. You wouldn't be able to hold someone accountable for doing that unless they know. This isn't like the superhero situation.
If I'm running down the road at normal speed and I'm like looking at my phone and there's someone's wheeling out a fruit cart and I run into the fruit cart and fruit spills all over the road because I was being negligent.
You weren't looking where you're going. So that you were doing something that would arguably in that situation be causing an unsafe condition. But the difference with this scenario is...
So was Sonic by running at over the speed of sound.
No, I don't even want... I want to leave the Sonic. I want to go to your scenario where you run and suddenly cause that wake of destruction. Because that scenario is well different. You would not be held accountable for that because that would... You just... unless you knew beforehand that you could run at those speeds. That's the only way.
Zinker, even if Zinker, I would realize along the way that I'm running at those speeds. Sonic knew how fast he was running. He didn't know it would destroy, it would cause destruction, but he knew how fast he was running. He knew, like, because he was doing it.
Yeah, well, yeah, he knew how fast he was running, but he didn't know... Oh my god, Moltres. God damn, we're fighting Moltres, by the way. He didn't know that he would cause the power outage.
Yes, but Zinker, you can take a... You should at least know better than to run above the speed of sound. That's where the problem is. Doing something like that is clearly dangerous.
Here, Derek, actually, I have a question for you. So there is a red button switch that will shut down an entire city's power. It is not fenced in. It is not marked by any clear fences. Someone goes and hits the button and knocks down all the power. Do you think they would be responsible for it?
Yeah.
How so?
In that case, I didn't say yeah. I yeah was delayed.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So first, it's just like where is it? Was it just like sitting on like a? It's just like sitting on like on you know.
Well,
it's
he's
just somewhere in like the middle of the
field,
street where someone
so
could just like go up and
very
press
close to a public baseball field.
Okay.
It wouldn't obviously be on the baseball field's property, but it would be close to it. So that's the closest we're gonna get to emulating the scenario in real life.
If there's no indication of what the button will do, a random person coming up and just pressing it, that person shouldn't be held accountable because there should have been precautions taken to let people know, hey, it's dangerous to press this button.
Okay.
Sonic shouldn't have to. Sonic should already know it's dangerous to run at above the speed of sound.
How should he know that? No one's been able to do it before.
Just for like, not even like causing the destruction, Zinker. Just running in general at that speed can be dangerous. Of like, if you run into somebody or, like if you. There is no
legal laws nor any precautionary thing suggesting you shouldn't run at the speed of sound.
Zinker, I should not run down the street at the speed of sound. I know that because it is dangerous.
How do you know? How is the regular Joe supposed to know this?
Someone could not see me coming.
Not outlawed.
Okay, Zinker, if you could, Zinker. Okay, how about let me put it this way: should you just drive your motorcycle down a sidewalk?
Well, legally you should be driving it down the road. So there's a law for that, Derek. Or at least, while not strictly forbidden.
You know why? Because of how fast it goes.
Yes, but that is a motor vehicle.
Zinker,
Sonic is not a motor vehicle. He is a hedgehog.
Should you ride your longboard down a sidewalk?
Should you do what?
Like on a steep road, ride your longboard down a sidewalk on a steep road where you're gonna pick up a lot of speed and be unable to stop yourself.
Should you do it? No. It's not illegal to do it. But could you? In that scenario,
it can be. Zinker, it would be negligent. Yeah, that would be I can't remember what it's called. Some sort of negligence, but you can be charged for doing something like that.
And running into
reckless
someone.
Endangerment. That's what it is. That's what Sonic did. It was reckless endangerment.
Of who? The power?
No, it was Sonic.
No, but who did he recklessly endanger?
He endangered himself. He endangered.
How did he endanger himself? He is a supersonic hedgehog that runs at the speed of sound, and that's his typical thing. Also, we're missing a really funny bit. Hold on. We got pause. We got pause the debate. Moltres, I trust that you aren't lying. Woo, that was scary. Felt like my knees turned to jelly. You may pass. Get through Mount Blaze. And promise me this. Promise me that you will find the cause of the calamities that rack our world. And stop disasters from sowing more destruction and suffering. I have no idea why he's making us promise this. Okay, I promise. And Derek, of course, promises something he can't possibly fulfill. Of course, that's not possible right now, but... Gia! Wow, we will. We'll get on it. We're being hunted, so we can't get to it right away, but we're a rescue team. We'll investigate what's behind the calamities, I promise. I will hold you to that promise. You've made me believe that you will honor it. As long as you do not forget the courage you showed in facing me. Gia! What? Is there anything else? No. I was only preparing to take off. Oh. Does it need to do that? Great. That was the bit. Farewell. I just love the idea that whenever he takes off, he has to erupt a bunch of fire pillars. In order... Great. Back to the debate at hand. Alright, so Sonic recklessly endangering himself. False. He caused no danger to him because he is built to run at those speeds, clearly. That you can't, because he can. That's like saying you're recklessly endangering yourself for running at a regular human speed. No, you're not. That's ridiculous. That's not reckless.
You're not Zinker, because if you trip at a regular human speed, you'll probably live.
Uh-huh. You don't know. How do you know Sonic would die? You also, Zink,
keep in mind, Zink, so he might not be endangering himself, but keep in mind, if he can only stop, or he can only, just due to the limitations of physics, he can only stop at the rate that his shoes will let him. Basically.
No. Derek, did you not see that bit where he got kicked out of the car? He got kicked out of the car, ran into the Pacific Ocean, ran back, and stopped on the dime right in front of the car. So that's also false. And they would be able to prove that.
The physics are also wrong, but that's a different point.
What do you mean the physics are wrong? You don't know how he works. You're trying to assume you know how this hedgehog works. You don't. You're not an expert. Opinion dismissed on that. You lost there.
Anyways, should something trip him up?
He's not endangering himself. Okay, but Derek, if a human ran at a speed and accidentally trips on someone, sorry, not trips on a rock, and they get a little hurt from it,
Zinker,
are you saying they're recklessly endangering? It doesn't matter. Does it matter if you recklessly endanger yourself? I don't know if that's actually illegal. I think it's only illegal for you to recklessly endanger others.
Because if you hurt yourself, if you do something, it depends on the scenario. Depending on what you're doing, if you do something, I think the way that it generally works is you don't get charged, but that's why you are responsible for paying any sort of relevant hospital bills or like an ambulance costs or anything like that.
Okay, so he wouldn't be able to claim insurance or something, but it's not illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got to the point there. It's not illegal, so it doesn't matter if he's recklessly endangering himself. But if he had hurt himself in that scenario, he would be responsible for his hospital bills.
Even if it's not illegal,
it's not illegal.
It's not illegal. If he did cause, Zinker, he caused a lot of damage and did nothing about it. He did nothing to fix it.
What? Why do you think he owes that? So we're going back to the original thing I was saying. All he did was run, and the town ran out of energy. At what point is he held, how is he held reliable for this? Because all he did was run at the basis.
Because he was the direct cause of it.
He was the direct cause of it, but all he did was run. In that button scenario, if you go and press that button, you are the direct cause of that power outage. But they should have had labels saying, don't press this button, it'll shut all the power. They should have had it fenced off. They should have had it. It's the same thing if you have an electrical fence and someone goes and touches it.
Okay, Zinker.
And it's not warned as an electrical fence, you would well, that depends on the scenario. But,
So, here, Zinker, let me put it this way. If you were in the scenario of the button, it's the fault is the people who didn't put any sort of precautions up, because they clearly should have known if there's just a button there, someone's going to press it.
Yes.
In the Sonic movie, I don't think the power company expected an extraterrestrial or terrestrial being to run at a unbelievably high speed, causing a huge energy surge that would knock out power in an entire county.
Okay, so what you're saying is they didn't know that could happen, so they're not at fault.
I don't think they're at fault for not
That's
expecting
it, buddy! You activated my trap card! You used my argument to defend yours!
No, Zinker, that's not...
That's literally, dude, that's literally what you
works.
just said. Like, I'll let you clarify, but that is legitimately what you just said. Was straight up, they didn't expect that to happen, so that's not their fault.
There's a difference between there's a difference between something you can clearly expect and something you cannot expect. Do you expect someone to press a button in a populated area if there's no warning saying do not press this button? Frankly, even if you put a warning, they're probably gonna press it. That's why you don't put it there in the beginning, or to begin with. You don't present the situation. If you do present the situation, you're at fault for it.
You okay?
Sorry,
you sound like you're about to cry. Oh no! All right.
If in the Sonic scenario, he is an extraterrestrial. It's like expecting Zinker. It's like expecting terrorists to bomb a baseball field. The power company is not responsible for expecting that.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you that the power company.
The terrorists are at fault in that scenario.
Derek, I don't think you understand the argument I was making there.
Sonic's a terrorist.
The argument you're making is that's something they shouldn't have expected, and thereby they hold no responsibility. But my original argument was that Sonic didn't expect to suddenly burst out electricity and knock out all the power, and thus he shouldn't be held reliable. That is the same argument.
He did it which is why he should be held accountable.
How should he be held? So the power company didn't expect it, but they shouldn't be held accountable. But Sonic also didn't expect it, and he should be held accountable.
Yes.
Why? What's the difference? That's double standards.
Yes, double standards are allowed in certain scenarios, Zinker, because there's a huge difference in the extremity of both of these scenarios.
And in the button scenario, I get it. But I'm talking about just the power company didn't expect Sonic to burst out electricity. Which is why they didn't take any precautionary measures to prevent that. And thus, they're not held responsible.
Okay,
but Sonic didn't realize he would burst into electricity. Now, hold on, I'm not done. I'm not done.
Should I be held accountable for not expecting it to hit someone?
I'm not done. All right, I have the talking stick, and then you can have your turn. All right, but so Sonic, he ran around in a circle, and he didn't expect to burst into electricity, which would knock out the entire city's power. Which is why he didn't take precautionary measures to make sure that didn't happen. But he should be held accountable. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. Go on. Make your point why. At this point, sorry. You make your point. I don't want to interrupt you. Rude.
Like, I pretty much have. Like, at this point, the severity of there's a clear difference in what a power company should reasonably prepare for and what Sonic should not have done or known not to do. Even if he didn't know not to do it, once he did it, he should have realized, oh fuck, I did this. I should maybe I should do something about this other than just run away and hide.
What is he supposed to do? That's not Derek.
Even if he can't do anything, Zinker, he should leave. If anything,
that's not a legal clause. That's not a legality thing. That's more a morality thing. Whoops, I did a fucky. I should correct it. But I don't think in any scenario, from a legal perspective, which is where we're looking at this in terms of holding him accountable, I don't think he would be. I don't think there's any sort of law that would expect you to do something besides the good.
I have another point to go on.
That like if you accidentally hurt someone, you should give first aid to the best of your ability. I think that's like the only one I could think of. But all he did was knock out power. And Derek, what is he going to do?
It's very expensive. He can't do anything about it. I know
so
that.
Then,
like, honestly, all he can do is leave.
Yes.
And just like make sure he doesn't do it again.
So like there's nothing he could have done. There's also the fact that the government was like hunting him for being an extraterrestrial, unjustly so.
Yes.
Or is it justly
good
so?
Good for them.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard.
I think I was on Eggman's side the whole time.
Derek, you shouldn't be, because Eggman did the first crime. He entered that man's house, and he had no legal right. He didn't have a warrant. He also just walked in. He was not invited in. He did not have a warrant.
He was a criminal, too. They're both bad guys.
Yeah. No, here's the deal. Sonic's an illegal alien, so I think he is a bad guy in terms of the law, because he's illegally in the United States. But I don't...
Well, you don't have to... I mean... yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I think that would... I think
Sonic
legally
probably could have gotten a green card. Until he did the whole, knock out the power terrorist move.
Yeah, well, he's not accountable for that. Because as we discussed, when we've basically come to an agreement on this, whether you like it or not, there was no reason this should have been expected. There was no precautionary, thereby there was no reason they should have been expected to make precautionary measures, because there was no reason that should have been expected. Thereby, both the power company and Sonic are not responsible for this. I'll give you a hint for your argument.
Even if it's a mistake or unintentional, if you do something wrong, you should not be able to just take a oopsie daisies defense.
No, you're right, but there are some scenarios where an oopsie daisies, how should I have known, would be okay, and it would be in a scenario where you didn't expect that to happen. Yes. If you're running and you running causes the entire neighborhood to spontaneously combust, there is no reason you should expect that to happen. Even though you are technically responsible for that entire neighborhood, for basically arson across an entire neighborhood, there's no reason you should expect that just by the simple act of running, you would do that, unless you running has caused that before. That would be the only reason. That would pretty much be the only way.
Sonic knew he had great power. So like
he knew he could run fast, but he didn't know he could run at the and cause electricity. That's pretty much if you were actually taking this law case, that would be the angle you'd want to go at. You would want to try to convince the judge he did know, or at least he knew that was something he could have reasonably expected. As the movie portrays it, which is pretty much all the information either of us have to go about it, he didn't expect that, and there's no reason he should have. There is nothing about him really causing any sort of electricity thing to just about anyone. I think there's maybe a quill left behind to the cop, but that was that the cop would have known. Big help that would have done at best. Sonic might not have. But that's the only angle you could take it. I don't think you'd be able to hold Sonic accountable for that specifically. Under the grounds.
Well, it'd be hard to hold him because he's really good at escaping. Apparently,
I mean, they could. He can run fast. Did you see? There was this whole section where he basically just stopped time.
You can't hold him.
We didn't even talk about the movie. We just had a debate about this.
I know.
This is an important debate, guys. The Sonic movie debate. The great Sonic movie debate.
Anyways, transitioning to something a little different.
Well, it's next episode. I don't know where we are in the story, but so I don't know if it's an awkward spot, but it's next episode. We've gone on far longer on this debate, to no one's surprise. 34 minutes and counting. Next time on Spell, I told you, I began this episode saying this debate is gonna have effects that affect all of humanity. Or I tried to. Anyhow, bye.